All right, this is the second morning in a row my stream has gone down right away. So I'm gonna just say my intro again real fast. Sorry for those of you watching. My name's Tim. This is a recording of my workouts. Going to be streaming my workouts. Uh, I'm doing a body transformation this year. The difference between my body transformation and others is I'm not taking any sort of protein supplement or any sort of supplements. So no protein shakes, no protein powders, no creatine, no BCAAs, no pre-workouts, nothing extra. Just trying to get all of my nutrients from the food that I eat and see how it goes. I'm not opposed to supplements. So you want to take supplements, great. I think you should do what works best for you. I just want to see if it's absolutely necessary for me to take supplements to hit my current goals. Uh, and the secondary reason is that one of my kids started preschool, and preschool is expensive. So cutting out supplements saves me at least $100 a month. That's $1,200 a year. And in this economy, every little bit helps. I'm going to be hitting the bench press. I'm going to be warming up with some 10-pound weights and having fun. Let's go. Let's do this. Oh, man. Got a late start, but this keeps happening today and yesterday. My kids wakes up at like 5 o'clock when I'm planning on starting. So then, or sorry, they wake up at 5 o'clock when I like wake up. So then I can't get out of bed. I have to go put them back to sleep and wait till they're asleep. Otherwise, I can't come out here and do this without my kids being awake. So keeps pushing my start time back later and later. But better late than never, as they say. The Olympics is going to be starting up. Anybody watching the Olympics? I'm excited to see some of the. I'm excited to see how our gymnastics team does. Because they've had some pretty big scandals the last, you know, since the last Olympics came out and before that Olympics with just the whole gymnastics Olympic committee kind of getting tossed out for their involvement and not, you know, not taking care of the girls under their care. So, curious to see how they perform. I don't know how much the international community was aware of like the controversies surrounding the Olympic girls team, but it's pretty disappointing and alarming to see, especially when there's like some people were aware of the problems And it seems like they ignored it for the sake of the success of their daughters. And that's disappointing. I could not imagine doing that as a parent. All right, moving up to 20 pounds, 9.07 kilograms. All right, warm up's done. Gonna grab the 50-pound dumbbells real fast. Get those going. All right. It's weird in politics and in life. It's funny how there will be boogeymen or people that concern you for some reason or another that you think are harmful to society and problematic and just bad men, bad people. And it's crazy when they all of a sudden are gone. What's up, Plosh? Good morning. I'm good. How are you, man? I haven't seen you in a while. How's life? Very good. Do you watch the Olympics at all, Plosh? Are there any events that you like to watch? All right, this is the 50 pounds, 22.67 kilograms. Sadly, I don't watch the Olympics, says Plosh. I don't watch sports at all. That's fine. I've never been. I'm not a huge fan of watching sports, but there's something about the Olympics where I make an exception. I like the uh, I like the gymnasts. I like diving. I like swimming. Um, I like when you see like I think the cool thing about the Olympics is seeing amazing athletes, and even when they're not from your country. Like I said before, like you see a guy like Usain Bolt. He's not American, but man, like watching him crush records, it's pretty cool. I gotta go check on something. Where my kids moving around. We're right back. Don't go anywhere. Uh, yeah, bodybuilder competitions. The weightlifting is cool. I think that's cool, but just records being smashed by athletes is pretty awesome to see. The height of what humans are capable of. And the Olympics, you get to see people keep pushing past that. And that's fun to see. Uh, how fast everyone gets is pretty fun. So I'm really interested in seeing if women get faster. There was a there was a scientist that was looking at the differences between proportions and balance and just the difference between men and women's bodies. And he theorized that women have kind of maxed out their potential for getting faster, but that even with Usain Bolt, thinks it's possible for men to still get faster. And I find that interesting. I thought that was a pretty bold claim. And I'm eager to see how that plays out. If that's true, if women won't get faster than they already are, or if, you know, they will. That's fascinating. Tell you the one that like really pulls me in though over the Olympics is like the X Games back in the day. The X Games always seems pretty fascinating. Pretty awesome. Watching people, what they can do with bikes and skateboards and just motocross. That's always really fun. And then Red Bulls always seems like Red Bull has some pretty intense competitions going on. Red Bull's always there in every Olympics. What about combat sports, Plosh? Do you watch any of like the UFC or mixed martial arts? Any cage fighting? I forget which country in the Middle East it was, but they had some um, local like kind of wrestling. But I forget what it was. But the rules were really insane, like what you could and couldn't do in the wrestling match. I forget what it was. There was something where you had to like put your arm um like you had to grab each other's belts or something, and then you had to wrestle from a position of grabbing the belt. But it was like pretty pretty cool to watch. Just the different techniques that people developed. No, I don't enjoy watching them, says Plosh. All right. Hmm. What about like BMX competitions, like on uh on bikes and stuff, like when they're doing flips or when they're doing the like downhill rides or those crazy rides that you'll see like clips from Red Bull where it's some guys up in the mountains and climbing. They only wear pants. I think so. I don't remember the all of the rules. I should try and find it again. I was watching it for a while, like one day, just the different. But the problem was is there's not. It's I think it was like a group of Bedouins, um, and so they didn't have like a lot of footage of them doing this event. I think it's Turkey. I thought it was the Middle East, but it could have been Turkey. It was pretty cool, but there wasn't. There's not like a bunch of clips of it online. They have something called oil wrestling. Mhm. I'll have to go back and see if I can find it. Like I said, when I watched it, it was just it was like a local groups doing it, and so there wasn't just a lot of footage of it. But there's a bunch of them. Like if you go online and you look at like, obviously you don't like combat sports, but if you look at different areas, their wrestling and their traditions around wrestling, there's some really fascinating rules that people have and how they do it. Super fascinating stuff. The history of like how certain martial arts developed is super fascinating too. Like when I did martial arts when I was a kid, and I wasn't a huge fan of kicking because I'm not super great on my feet. I'm not very coordinated, and so kicking like always worried me as a potential for falling down more. Um, and then I uh, I didn't really. I found out that a jumping kick, while it looks cool, is not ever as powerful as kicking from a standing position. So if you jump up and kick, you're getting whatever momentum you have in the air, but it's not as powerful as if you kick from the ground. Um, and so I was like, well, this is dumb. Like, why did anybody ever start doing jumping kicks? And I heard the explanation I found out for jumping kicks is that it was developed more in line with taking out horseback riders, and that made more sense that you would have to practice jumping kicks to knock knock people off their horses. I don't know if that's 100% accurate because I learned that like probably decades ago before Google search was an option. And I find there's this really funny thing is things that you've learned before the internet, um, you find out are not accurate because there's just a story that one person told and people kept telling it. And then you find out like, oh, I thought that was legit, and it's like, oh no, it's not true. You just fell for someone's story. That's the fun part of living before the internet. So that is the second week in a row I've been able to finish the 5 sets. 15 reps with the 50 pounds to 22.67 kilograms. So next week I'll move up to the 55 pounds, which I think 55 pounds is 55 pounds in kilograms. Bear with me. £55, 24.95 kilograms. So next week we'll go up to 24.95 kilograms for the bench press. I'm gonna be taking off 10 pounds and going down to the 40 pounds. And actually, I gotta take a quick break. I'll be back in like less than 10 minutes. Sorry, thank you.